champion Steve Gray and the challenger Danny Collins. This is over 12 3-minute rounds with 2 falls, 2 submissions or the knockout needed for victory. The first round was scoreless.
Collins really holds on to that when he gets the chance. And he's still holding. It's really the hand, although it's a double wrist lock position. Now he's got the double wrist lock. Each time Steve Gray tries to counter. There's the counter that wins, the head scissors. Spectacular cartwheeling from Danny Collins. Oh, nice one. Double leg Nelson chance. Collins. Leg chop right off. Now, leg chop this time from Collins to get Gray off. They're about even so far. Nothing in it. A very high backhammer Gray's holding on there. He's released that one. Trying to get his man back to canvas. Gets a count of 1 only. And a good restless bridge to Collins. On the bell now. Let's have a look at this lad. Danny Boy Collins from Bristol, born February 21, 1967, which makes him 18 next February. It's just on the 11 stone 1 or 2 mark. Very difficult to tell. He goes up and down very quickly. Welterweight champion, of course, who held this belt for quite a time, lost it rather by bad luck to Steve Gray.
Seconds away, round 3.
But here's Danny's chance to get it back here this afternoon in this next 10 rounds. About 3 minutes per round, 2 falls to decide. Gray, the holder. Collins, the challenger. That kick that worked. That foot went right home there. And the reverse double knee hold, Gray. Now, neither of these men have sufficient weight, not in the early rounds. The bridge again by Collins. Gray doesn't want to try breaking it. Oh, yes, typical Gray, jump, step over lock. Gray could get a figure 4 leg lock out of this if he wants to try it. There he goes. Doesn't hold it for long. butt to the stomach straight in. Gray is so quick with those and those. Cross press now. Give a hand to Collins the way he goes into a restless bridge so nicely. It's about the third or fourth time you've seen him do that in these opening rounds. Oh, missed him. Collins had a chance there. Oh, very nearly indeed. Both men could have had a great chance there, but they both just mistimed it. Folding press finish. Side headlock. Side head chancery. Gray. Steve Gray in the black trunks. Silver boots. 30 seconds to go in the third. On the bell now. Let's try and take a look at these two fellas here. Now, on the left, the champion at British welterweight and holder of the belt, Steve Gray of Peckham, southeast London. On the right, the challenger, the previous holder of the belt, Danny Boy Collins of Bristol. Both practically the same weight. Anything could happen in these ensuing 9 rounds.
Seconds away, round 4.
Danny Boy Collins with his back to us in the white trunks. A 17-year-old boy, wonder boy from Bristol. Really a find in the wrestling business, this fella. He's even got Gray beaten on the counters. I mean, Steve Gray's one of the kings of those. Steve Gray knows he's up against it because he's had some of this fella in the last bout, but he just scraped the win. Single leg Boston attempt by Collins.
Come on, Danny.
Full Boston. I cannot see with Gray's back. He's such a powerful back. He crawls through the legs so easily, or apparently so easily. Gray giving away on a full Boston crab. Now, nobody's going to hold either of them down on that, so they're still made surely. Oh, yes. Nicely taken over the top. Double leg Nelson. Folding press now to Gray. Couldn't hold. Double leg Nelson Gray, but into the ropes. Nice stuff by both. But still no fall. Side headlock now to Collins. Referee Gordon Pryor there. He's talking around, but he hasn't had any problems yet. I don't think you'll get any warnings in this bout to hand out. Minute to go now, fourth.
Come on, Danny.
Surprised that Steve Gray hasn't got cauliflower ears, because you don't see him do that so often. Oh, that was a great posting, that. Collins really felt that on his back. Now Gray might follow up with some back weakness. There's another. Here comes the Boston finish, hoping Gray making the Boston finish into a submission here. He's trying. He's got 12 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, too late. Gray pressing all his worth there, but Collins wouldn't give. He weakened that Collins back on 2 or 3 occasions with throws, postings, and this fella managed to hold out on a full Boston finish there. But there's 8 rounds to go, and this man could try that same thing again.
Seconds away, round 5.
Still no score. Danny's really getting some back weakness thrown at him now. Gray's really going for them. There's another. All the time, Gray's delivering every form of back weakener he can think of. There's another. Drops him to the canvas, back down first. Gray now confident. He's coming in, thinking for the kill. Oh, but Danny goes over the top nicely. Double leg Nelson folding press now. Gray spun out before he gets there. Lovely stuff, and Gray gets the boot. And it's Danny Collins getting hold. Beautiful switch. And Collins switches so fast that he even fools Gray. And if you can fool Gray for speed, you can fool anybody. Magnificent effort. 47 seconds, and it's the first one to Collins.
Seconds away, round 6.
Round 6, Danny Collins in the white trunks. Facing us now, leading Steve Gray, the champion, by 1 full to 0. Steve Gray, remember, is already the British lightweight champion. And he would have to relinquish the minor title, which would be the lightweight, if he won this outright after this particular contract finish. Nice drop kick by Danny. It's the first time I've seen him deliver one so accurately. Very good. I think it's the first time Gray has too. Gray a bit weakened there, a bit muzzy. Yep. Not at all happy at the moment. Gray really off balance for a moment here. And Collins' chance to go into a 2-0 win here quickly. Still Gray very, very dazed. Collins can't believe his luck. He's leading by 1 full to 0, and he's got a chance of going for the winner here. And it's a full Boston crowd, Collins, and he's got it on. Can he get this submission? It's all he needs for a win. 2-0, and the welterweight, British welterweight belt returns to him. But will Gray give? Danny putting everything he knows into it, but Gray, very strong back, and I think he's even coming back to counter. There it is. Rolls his man out. 5, 6, 7. Gray's got back troubles now after that heavy Boston laid on him. But both men have had the tremendous back weakness thrown at them. Less than a minute to go in round 6.
Come on, Danny.
And this time Collins goes in with the drop kick, but it doesn't land well. In fact, it hurts himself more than it does Gray. I think his legs were still bent when he tried to deliver it. And yes, more back weakness now for Danny Collins. And then Gray goes in with a crutch hold and a big slam coming up. No, just a throw. Just enough to weaken that back some more. Gray goes in again. Full Boston crab, Gray. And can he hold or will he submit? Still Danny won't submit. He wants this belt so badly, he won't submit from a Boston crab, even from Gray. He's got 3 seconds only to hold it. He's made it. Well, he took that. Now he's glad he did, but it must have been a time when he was doubtful. Danny Boy Collins. Oh, he don't like the way he got up from that at all. He's taken a lot of punishment. That back of his certainly has. Not such a happy face now, although he's still leading by that 1 fall he gained in the 5th round. But Gray really laying it on thick now.
Seconds away, round 7.
Although you can see by his movement in the corner there, he is not completely devoid of back trouble. Both men. So many back weakness they've taken. And they're both going for him still. There's another, but Gray sees it coming over the top. Forearm slash, and it landed well. The side of the neck. Switch, and Gray again goes to the posting to the back weakener. And it's Collins again with the slam, the crutch hold, but he doesn't follow it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Gray, beautifully held by Gray. There's a double arm, it's over the top, and he gets the shoulder press. Oh, not quite. So nearly. Collins in trouble, and for the equalizer to Gray. And Collins again, but in the ropes. Notice how quickly they break when they're told.
Come on, Danny, now.
Every form of back weakener going into Collins there. Gray with a headbutt then. Full Boston Crab, here comes another one. Gray on the full Boston. Collins, can he take it again? He did in the end of the last round, but will he take it this time? Gray just as determined to keep this belt, of course. Just a minute to go. If Collins doesn't get out, and he hasn't, he's got an awful long time, 50 seconds to take this punishment. And if you don't think it's painful, I had a 10-year-old boy try this hold on me once, and it was agony, believe me. So with Steve Gray on your back, it's nasty. But Danny's taking it, 30 seconds. Nice switch by Gray. Throws his man to get another back weakener, but right on the bell. Well, what a great bout this is turning out to be. This bout for the British welterweight title and belts. Held by the man on the left, Steve Gray, who is at the moment trailing by the 1 fall gained in round 5 by his opponent, the challenger on the right, Danny Boy Collins. Danny Boy Collins in the white trunks, looking very much more serious now. He knows that Gray's trying everything to come back.
Seconds away, round 8.
5 to go. Collins in the white leading 1-0. Gray is so nearly equalized in that last 2 rounds by Boston Crab submissions, but he failed on both.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Missed him completely. Gray dodged that beautifully out of the way. Collins thought he was going to grab the legs as he went over, but Gray saw it coming, and now Gray with a crunch hold and slam. Still doesn't follow. It doesn't follow it for some reason. Maybe he's got other ideas, and maybe this is it. Oops! Caught by the knee as he went across. Collins timed that well, and a flying tackle. Collins over the top cross press, and Gray in trouble. Now is Collins in trouble. He's got that leg on a folding press, and there it is. The equalizer to Steve Gray in round 8. Just 1 minute, 8 seconds into the round.
In round 8, the equalizing fall to the red corner, champion Stevie Gray.
That's champion Stevie Gray back in the hunt now, with a chance to keep that belt that he wants so badly. But there are 4 rounds to go, and I'm quite sure that Danny Collins, young as he is, hasn't given up yet. A little disappointed with that equalizer, of course.
Seconds away, round 9.
Round 9, 4 to go, 1 fall each. The next score is the one that matters here. They can afford to slow down a bit now, especially Gray, because he tried everything he knew to get that equalizer. Now finally he's got it. Flying tackle, Collins. Thrown off on 2. It's a folding press, but Collins neatly slides out of trouble. Oh, and Collins seriously thinking of trying a surfboard, I think. One of Gray's specialities here. If he gets it, the submission from it, then Collins gets his belt back. No, it's going to be tough, this one. Collins has quite got the strength here, or the experience to get a surfboard on. No, Gray gets rid of it.
3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, Danny.
On the last occasion at Malvern, when this fight took place, this is a rematch, of course. Gray won it in the last seconds of the final round. Of course, it could happen again here. 1 fall each now, reverse double knee hold. And a minute to go in this 9th round. Crowd really loving this bout. Tremendous stuff. He took his man beautifully, dodged out of the way, tried his very folder, but no. Gray neatly sliding out. And just feed through the ropes. 30 seconds to go. Collins has walked into that headbutt so often to the stomach. He must be getting a little bit tired of that one. Single leg Boston. No, it's his Gray this time going for the surfboard. This is his special move. Maybe he'll show us how to get the surfboard on. He's got 12 seconds to go. 10. He's not going to make it. Gray looking at the timekeeper. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. No chance. He spent all that time trying to prepare himself for the surfboard, but couldn't get it on. The bell beat him. But Collins, of course, delighted. Very happy that he heard that bell then, just when he did. He's got 3 rounds to go against the vastly more experienced man, Steve Gray. Gray looking quite cool and calm about the whole thing. But these 3 rounds are going to be something to watch.
Seconds away, round 10.
Most of the crowd calling for Danny to win, simply because he's a young fella. Not that Steve Gray is an old man, but you know what I mean. Gray, experienced in his 20s, and this young boy, 17. Always took his, that's a great trick. Very efficient and very lean. Man over the top, double leg Nelson. Folding press now to Collins, and he's got those arms. Gray's in trouble. He's in trouble. Collins has done it. And look at the ecstasy on his face. Can't believe it. He's got that belt back. the British welterweight title and belt in just 40 seconds of round 10. Wonderful bout, and there is the winner, Danny Boy Collins of Bristol.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to say the new British welterweight champion from Bristol, Danny Boy Collins.
And Gray, the sportsman as he is, Steve Gray, holding up his hand as Danny Collins gets that belt put back around his waist.
Would you like to do the honors?
And it's Steve Gray going to hand the bouquet of flowers to Danny Collins. There's the sportsman for you. Lovely bout, but there's the winner, Danny Boy Collins, and there's his belt back in its rightful position, as he says. 2-1, Collins.
Congratulations, Danny, the best of luck. You deserve it. Thank you.
And with that, congratulations by our MC, Brian Crabtree. It's goodbye from all of us at Granada Television Centre here in Manchester. Have a good week. Till next week. Great fuming man.